What is going on, guys? Today I'm going to be showing you how to dye a disc. What you're going to need for this project today is some acetone, some Idye poly, some painter's tape, an Exacto knife, some vinyl, and lastly some cotton balls. Now, obviously this isn't going to be the only way. I'm going to be doing a stencil dye. This is just the way I've done them. I've done a few different dyes, this being one of them. And because I'm here, these are all stencil dyes, ones that I have not added any color to. I'm sure you can find better videos on how to color those, but today I'm just going to be showing you the basic, how I do it. Okay, first off, I want to start with some acetone because I don't really want to dye over the stamp. Alright, so what I'm going to do is take some acetone in a cotton ball, seems to work best, and just kind of lightly rub till the stamp comes away, like so. Alright, that's all gone. Start up on this. Doesn't take much acetone at all on most discs. Alright. Alright, next I will wash it. Wash the disc down with some soap to get all that acetone off, just so that the dye, I wanted the dye to take everywhere. Okay. After that, you've picked out your stencil, the one that you're going to use. You're going to take some, I use right now, it's Cricut removable vinyl. You can also use permanent vinyl as well. A lot of people use it's called Oracle 651. I haven't used that yet, but I plan to get a new roll once I'm out of this. Anyway, you're going to take this, you're going to cut off a piece about the size of your disc. So it's gonna go a little, so I'm gonna cut from here. Alright, now we're gonna take some of that painter's tape, take a piece over here, tape it down. Take another piece, tape it down over here, and one second. I want to make sure this is nice, flat, no sort of. Oh, there we go. That is perfect. Next, now that you have the the picture that you want to put on your disc. Right now I'm making a stitch. What I like to do with my stencil dies is, rather than color in my stencil, I like to find a cool disc that has the same colors. See, you know, this is Stitch and he's purple and blue, and I'm going to put this on this purple and blue Buzz. Alright, what we're going to do is then we're going to tape this down nice and flat, make sure it's nice and easy to cut. And, I'm going to get the top up here. Actually, try that. And I'm going to get the bottom real quick. Alright, and I'm ready to get cutting. Alright, now we are just finishing this last line up. Alright, perfect. Boom, boom, boom. Ooh, got all this paper here. Now we can go ahead and peel this off. Peel our paper stencil off. Alright, I don't know if you can see it, but it's a pretty, you can see the outline now of your stencil. Looks pretty good. Now, next step, painter's tape. Back to that. Get a bunch of strips of that, and just go ahead and start sticking it to your shirt or anything. I do that. I just stick them to my shirt or my leg. Get a bunch of strands here. Alright, and that should definitely be enough. And basically what I'm going to do, I kind of rip it off my shirt, put it back on, rip it off my shirt, put it back on. Because I don't want this to be too sticky. I want to just have just enough stick that it will hold this in place when I transfer it to the disc. So here we go. Next strip. And looks like that is perfect. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and peel this off. Okay. Get your handy dandy disc ready. Here, move that. Flip this upside down. Find a corner that you can peel the backing off of this. Now that I have the corner, slowly peel this back. Make sure none of your little cuts here, your outline, make sure none of that sticks to the backing. Oh, look at that. Alright, just about perfect. A few imperfections, but those are on the lines, which doesn't matter. We're going to have to take those off anyway. Alright, and try and get that to sit on your table. You're going to take your disc, kind of try to center. I'm going to try and center. The center is going to be just a little bottom part of his mouth there. Alright, got the disc. I'm going to push in the center first, and then... Alright, now once you've already touched to the paper, there's pretty much no going back from there. And then I just flip it over, gotta peel it off. Stick, you don't want any bubbles. Do the best you can. Out here, it doesn't really matter as much. If you get a ton of bubbles, it's just really towards, the closer to the stencil, you don't want pretty much any bubbles. So I'm going to go through and work a few of these out. And that was pretty good. Alright, flip it back over. I'm just going to take these, kind of push them down. here is what we are left with. Alright, let's start peeling off this tape. Peel it off pretty slowly. You don't want to rip off any spots that you wouldn't want to have dyed. Alright. Sorry about that. My camera died. Had to quick change. Oh, alright. Yep, so just back to where we left off. Peeling each one of these. See, that's okay if this peels off with it because that is an area that I would already want to be dyed. Just be careful that, yeah. Peel it off slow around here. There's a little more details right there. And then we are good right there. Now I'm just going to go through and quick grab some of that.
Then just peel off all the areas that is going to have dye. Alright. Alright. I'm going to speed up the process here.
Alright, and continue like that. Alright, here we are onto the last step of the process. We're going to be using this Jacquard Idye poly, black. This is probably the best stuff to use. It's about $4.99 at Joann Fabrics. I'm not really sure of any other places to get it. Alright, here we go. Then, I'm gonna hold it, and I push down the center because I want to try and get no air bubbles. I'm gonna set it and kind of move it around a little bit. Push it just a little bit and let it sit. Alright, typically I let it sit for anywhere between 3 and 7 hours. The normal way to do it is to put it into a pan, heat up the dye, and then dip it and leave it for a few minutes. But I'm a little more patient. I just let my disc set. Alright, then I'm just gonna cover it and then we'll check back on it in a few hours. Alrighty gang, let's do a quick checkup on the disc. Alright, as you can see, that color's coming along pretty nice. So looks like there's a few air bubbles. Other than that, looking pretty good. We're gonna leave it sit for another few hours and we will check back in. Alright, here we go. We're gonna check it again. Alright, right now it looks like some of those bubbles were fixed. Alright, that looks pretty good. Now, the last step is to just wash it off with some water. I take some Dawn soap and I scrub it as I'm rinsing, and then peel this off and you're all set to go. Thank you guys so much for watching. Go ahead and like and follow for more.